Good evening. Hello. Welcome back. Friendsim. It's Friendsim Day. Yeah, sorry about putting the stream off. I was not feeling great for the past few days. Had a little bit of a fever. That wasn't fun. However, fever has broken. I'm feeling much better today. I still have a little bit of a headache, but I just took some Tylenol. So, hopefully that issue will be gone soon. What the fuck is happening here? Do I have internet? Okay, I'm gonna try and switch connections here. Fuck, what's the password? Oh, no, I'm suddenly live again. What the fuck is happening here? Okay, yeah, I'm really sorry, folks. My internet has been questionable the past few days. Like, just randomly cutting out completely, and I don't know exactly what the issue is with that. There is another network that I could try connecting to. It's not as fast as the one that I'm on, so it might put out a slower signal but be more reliable. I don't know. Yeah. So, I'm hoping that doesn't happen again. Sorry about that. Anyway, yes. So that has been my past few days. And, so that wasn't fun. God, it's fucking hot in my room. It's really fucking hot up here. I had the whole 10 minutes of pre-stream. I had my bedroom door open and like a fan on, like blasting all of the fucking hot air out of my bedroom. Stream traditions, you saying weird shit. Yeah, Aleph, that is true. Oh, fuck, I just realized. As I'm responding to chat, I realized that I have literally open in fucking Google Chrome something that I was going to figure out before I started this stream, which is how to use OBS to put the chat on the side. Because I realized while I was... Oh, again, that's another relevant thing. I finished editing the Volume 2 and Volume 3 streams. So I just need to get a YouTube account together for that. And then I will be able to start hosting those online. Sorry, I'm trying to find... I was going to prepare this beforehand. A piece of information in a particular... found it. Okay, no, we're good. Yay, hearts. Oh, my stream health just took a fucking nosedive. Please don't die on me. Are we live? I might have to reload the Twitch page. No. We're back. Haha. Okay, so sorry about that little break in there. I just had to switch networks. I have 4 bars on this other network. It's not 5G like the network that I usually stream on. I don't know if that will affect too much, but hopefully it will positively affect the stream and that it will actually fucking work. Okay, now that we're actually on a working fucking Wi-Fi network, let's begin. For real this time. Okay. Let's open up the game. Okay. While I am reading the intro, in the chat, who do you want to read first? Tagora or Vikare? Go. Fresh from your most recent bout of gratuitous bodily injury and touching scenes of camaraderie, you soldier on. You've had a few setbacks. Made a couple of silly choices. Boy, do things just keep happening. But let nobody say that you, the main character, are incapable of growth and change. You have made sure not to be caught in the wilderness near dawn again. You have made your way back to civilization. You can't wait to discover what new adventures await you. Adventures like friendship. Okay. Okay, Tagora. Tagora it is. Tagora Gorjek. Here we fucking go. Okay, let me just my phone out of sleep here. Because I had something I needed to reference. Okay. Oh, Sneak Cat, you were just too late. Sorry about that. I looked over and you're just hesitant. It's okay though. It's okay. We will get to him in a little bit. Okay, what time is it? Oh, it's 11:15. That's not so bad. Okay. Fucking shit. I had. Oh my god. Okay. I will. No, wait, I found it again. No, we're good. There's just a translation that I needed to reference so that I got the wording right, and it went away. But I have it now. So, without further ado, Tagora Gorjek. Here we go. You wander down a street in a not too demolished looking part of town, but you don't really take much of it in. You're not looking where you're going. This is an elementary mistake, especially on a planet where everything that exists seems to be on a spectrum of engineered specifically for murder to could be a weapon in a pinch. But you've got a lot on your mind. And now, as the car, these guys probably have some ridiculous word for it, but you haven't learned it yet. You haven't noticed, slams into you, sending you flipping head over feet. You add a few new concerns to your list. Your bones and organs. Like those weren't already on there. The sound of the driver yelling, "Watch where you're going, lump squirt chugger," fades as they drive away, and you assess your situation. You stretch each limb in turn, which you've gotta say doesn't feel great. You've landed in a bush which is covered in sharp spines. Your arms and legs all still work, though, and when you do an experimental cough, no blood comes out. Pretty lucky, you think. You may have redefined what luck means by this point in your journey, but you'll take what you can get. You don't figure that luck will extend to the driver turning around to help you out of this bush. Your gaze meeting and sparking an immediate and intense connection that leads to a beautiful lifelong friendship. But you let yourself hope. After a few minutes of struggle, the answer to your comradely daydreams comes into focus above you. A figure outlined by the spiny leaves of your plant prison and the glow of the moons. The troll you see isn't the driver of the car, but you don't care. Your heart is beating wildly with your continued lucky streak. His fucking song is just like, it's so fucking good. Oh my god, okay, I gotta stop so I can actually concentrate on reading. Press F to pay respects to the MSPA reader. Yeah, big move. I'll contribute to that. So, here's Tagora. And the Alternian across the top, this is what I was trying to find on my phone. The Alternian across the top translates to payment owed for legal services offered. So you all might be able to guess where this is going. But let's just see. Let's see. Hello. You seem to have fallen victim to a collide and scamper with that scuttlebuggy back there. Plus 50 introductory fee. Have you contacted your personal legislator? If not, I'd like to offer my services. My name is Tagora Gorjak, but please... Sorry, I can't fucking... I was trying so hard to get through that whole line without laughing, but I just can't fucking do it. Gore? Like, okay, I'm gonna finish reading first. My name is Tagora Gorjak, but please, call me Gore. I'm here for you. For a nominal fee, of course. Imagine going to an actual fucking lawyer and this is like the first line out of their mouth. Call me Gore. Oh my god. He pulls a business card from his sleek teal vest and offers it to you with a precise flick of the wrist. His claw bits are perfect. You try again to sit up, buoyed by this offer for assistance. He's some type of doctor, maybe? Or a lawyer? It doesn't matter, really, because he said he was here for you. Those words go right ahead and burn themselves onto the softest chamber of your heart. You start telling him your plight thus far, reaching up through the brambles towards this beacon of hope. This guy seems trustworthy, and that's not just your lack of options talking, you swear. As you shift, the moonlight shines on you. He steps back briefly, dropping the card. The one eye that's not covered by a swoop of product-infused hair opens wide. He recovers, smoothing his hands down his chest and straightening up, clearing his throat as you continue to explain. You're... what? Oh, yes. An alien. I knew that. I've done work with aliens before, so your situation shouldn't be an issue at all. Alien legislation stipend. Everyone deserves an equal opportunity to be represented by me. In fact, we may be able to use this to our favor for a larger cash settlement. It all depends on our angle. Here, try moving your chug column. You aren't sure why this is necessary, but you wiggle your torso, hoping that's right. You've never wanted anything more in your meager existence than to follow this specific directive perfectly. No, not that. You add a little hip jiggle. Not so much that he might think it's a come-on, but enough to say, hey, I'm friendly and I know what the fuck I am doing. No, you're... the thing that holds up your think pan. Work with me. You continue what you hope is a part of a troll friendship ritual, shimmying various parts of your anatomy deeper into the bush until you get to your neck, and he clasps his hands together. There we go. That one hurt, didn't it? Definitely a case of column snap, which could get us a decently hefty restitution. Your neck feels fine. Or it doesn't hurt any more than the rest of you, but you give him what you hope is a convincingly painful nod of agreement. Of course, you will need to front the initial legislation. Legislation? Holy fuck. Yeah, it's a perfectly fine nickname. I know, it's just... God. Like, imagine going to a fucking actual ass lawyer and they tell you to call them by like a childhood nickname. I don't know. It just kills me. It just kills me. I fucking love... Reminds you of Metaton? What? How? Okay, I will hear you out, Sneak Cat. How does Tagora remind you of Metaton? Because I'm trying to make the connection. Is it something in the way that he talks? Like, is Tagora a fake lawyer? Aleph, if you want me to answer your question, you're gonna have to stop using the letter W. I will rip the contacts out of your fucking keyboard myself. Okay? I'll do it. I will rip the contacts out of your fucking keyboard. Wow, my music is really loud. I can hear it from my earbuds all the way across my desk. Okay, Fuck. You fake layer. I did say you couldn't use the letter W. No, that was my... I don't know what that type of, like, typing is called. That, like... Is it just called, like, hello? Is that just, like, it? That's, like, the third time I've ever said that in my life, and fuck you for making me say that out loud. But, like... Oh, his hair and that he's showy. Okay. I guess, yeah, no, I can see the vague connection to Mettaton there. Yeah. You're gonna clip. How the fuck does clipping even work? Can't you only clip when it is live or something? Because I'm never fucking saying that ever again. Is Tagora a fake lawyer? He's not. I don't think he's a fake lawyer for reasons that will come up later in the stream. But that is an interesting theory that we can talk about a little bit later. For now, let us continue on this journey. Okay. Right, we paused because I couldn't say the word legislation. Okay. Of course, you will need to front the initial legislation costs. We may also have to injure you further to ensure our case is convincing, but you've got to break a few cluckbeast embryos to make a grublet, as you well know. Plus 500 initial costs. Yes, I think we may make a mutually beneficial team if you're willing to do what it takes to bring about the justice you deserve. So, what do you say? How would you like to help me help you? He's talking really fast, and you're not sure exactly what to think about your lack of funds or the idea of breaking any more bones, but that smile is sharp and shiny and pointed right at you. You want more of it. Okay. For $8,000 a month, I will... I'm not reading that out loud. You're not gonna get me this time, buddy. But for 8,000, yeah. Sure, you know what? Fuck it. For $8,000 a month, I will say that again. Try me. $8,000. PayPal me. I'm not telling you my fucking email, though, so I guess that's not gonna work. Whatever. We're at the first choice. And once again, since I know which way the routes go, etc., I'll be picking all the choices just to keep things narratively running smooth. Okay. Yes. Ask him if he does pro bono work. You thank him profusely for his offer to help and explain that while your situation hasn't exactly left you very rich, you'll pay him back in glorious friendship, the most infinite of resources. You lay it on thick. He seems like a guy who can appreciate a good deal when he sees one, and you can't imagine a better deal than this. You reach both arms up, waiting for him to scoop you up out of this pain plant like the gentle baby you are. Sorry, I don't do charity. Such a shame, too. I was hoping working with an alien might make for a more interesting day than usual. -900. You're not worth it. He turns on his heel and walks away, his high ponytail swishing behind him. Friendship is not a currency. Wait, where does broken glass come into this? I feel like I'm missing something here. Say it. Holding a fucking... Get your gun emoji out of my face, Aleph. See, I wish I fucking coded that chat thing into OBS. Because... Anyway. For posterity, Aleph is currently pointing a gun emoji at me from the chat, trying to get me to repeat word that I said earlier that I said I wasn't gonna fucking say it again. Okay, so... Right, let's jump back in Tagora. And, see, I want to just press the fucking skip button, but I found, I don't know if this is a glitch or on purpose, but if you press the skip button, it keeps skipping even after you press a choice. Maybe that's something that was fixed before, but it was an issue last time I tried to use it. Does MSP Reader kill a violet or something and get like 1 million Alternian months? Not up until this point. Okay, now she's pointing 2 gun emojis at me. Okay, tell him about the heaps of money you definitely had. Let's just keep going. You mentioned how incredibly loaded you are, and how core to your sense of values it is to pay well for good work. That's what we call good business. Now, get up out of that prickle frond and let's get you presentable. He watches you flail a few times before he sighs, unbuttons his sleeves, and rolls them up to his elbows. Each fold is crisp and even. It takes a while, but you are good at being patient. There is a 12% cost increase for instances of manual labor. Wow, that was a voice crack. It'll all be explained in your bill. Plus 110 for manual labor hike. It's itemized. I'm sure an alien of means, such as yourself, will be able to handle it. You take his hand and he pulls you up and out of the bush. It's kind of a rough job. He's not as strong as he looks, you guess. He glares at you like he's daring you to say shit about it, and you are a quick learner. He cuts you off mid-thank you. My office isn't far from here. We can go there to get things started. And by things, I absolutely mean get you clean and sign a lot of vaguely worded yet stringently binding documents. He walks with a purpose. You shake off the flora stuck to your various body parts and do your best to catch up. From the outside, his office basically just seems like his hive. You've learned a thing or two during this shitstorm of a cultural exchange, though. You gotta play it cool when a potential friend invites you home. You never know what cages or monsters or methods of evisceration they might have laying around, and you want to prepare a nice, chill look on your face for whatever carnage you're about to be confronted by. It doesn't work. Your face falls to bewildered hell when you walk inside, because it's all chrome and glass and broad white walls in there. Wow. Just like soaking this in. What the fuck? Just 2 guns and a wink. Double pistols and a wink. I get it. Nice. How did the spaceship bring MSPA Reader into an alternate universe and back in time? I don't know. I mean, the MSPA Reader really existing in this plane just... It's one of the few things you just gotta not question. And yes, Sneak Cat, he has a ferret. His Lucis is a fucking ferret, which... bless. Okay, I need some water. 1 second. It's like he bought the fanciest looking crate and barrel display room he could find, down to the last useless, minimalist accessory, and then never sat down in it. His Lucis, a ferret, is chilling on an enormous silver thing that's halfway between a throne and a play tower. Everything is clean and bright and at perfect right angles, and you don't see any weapons anywhere. It's fucking creepy. You ask him if he just moved in, because polite conversation seems like maybe the best thing you can do. In the absence of something specific to focus your fear on, you're just sort of a little afraid of everything. You're not paying me to learn my life story. Unless you'd like to. In that case, no. I've lived here most of my life. I'll go ahead and add that to your bill. Plus 1,500 life story installment. Good God. You stare at one of the chairs. Should you sit in it? By all means, do not make yourself at home. Head straight to my ablution trap while I prepare our contract. You really want to connect with this guy, and you like how you just vibed there, where you were thinking about sitting your bedraggled ass on his fancy chair, and he could tell you were thinking it. But you don't want to be friends badly enough to walk straight into something that has the word trap right there in its name without at least pondering it for a second. You've become savvier during all this. Class Becked the ferret. Which of cute. Big mood. Okay. No entrapment, please. You tell him you would rather stay away from any and all traps, if that's all right. You mention that you think that's the better move for both of you. Something tells you that this guy wants to know what's in it for him. Probably all the times he said explicitly that. You do have that vibe going, after all. He taps a claw on his chin and he taps a claw on his chin, and you look up and down. And looks you up and down, sorry. Ugh. He taps a claw on his chin and looks you up and down. He takes his time. You try not to blush, no matter how exacting his gaze is. You present a solid case. Your whole look is more than a bit repellent, but it may make the pitiable lost alien angle more emotionally effective if you still look like you just got run over. Frown. Oh no, frown. It takes you a second to realize he didn't just say his physical emotive response instead of doing it with his face. He's giving you a direction. You stick your lower lip out and try to look as pathetic as possible. Yes, this is really working for me. It's awful. Completely repugnant. Plus 450 pungency payment. Your general squalor should function as a sample manipulation tactic, no matter which direction I decide to spin it. The praise makes it hard to keep frowning, but you do your best to keep it up. You even hunch over a bit and shamble a few meager steps towards him. Great, yes. That's enough. No need to come any closer. Seriously, you smell terrible. Plus 450? Jeez. Okay then, we'll skip the hygiene and get straight to the best part. Bureaucracy. Hold up. Hey, fuck you, that's a spoiler. Aleph, stop. Stop it. It's a fucking spoiler and you made me read it out loud. Okay, actually, I might just cut that out of the upload. I might just cut it out completely because that's totally a fucking spoiler for the end of this route. Aleph! Stay right there and don't get any of your crusty alien orifices near my decor. I'll print out our contract and we can move on. Plus 100 reimbursement. Fuck. Puns. Ah. It's okay. I'm being a little over dramatic about it, but just, yeah, gotta watch that so we don't spoil things. Because I do generally not have spoiler-free streams, but for the Friend Sims, I would prefer to let them occur naturally, so to speak. Keep the yelling in. Okay, I will keep the yelling in. Didn't even know it was... Oh, you didn't recognize it was a spoiler? Well, because that's something, like, that doesn't... I'm trying not to say it again so that I don't have to cut more parts out. But that's not something that necessarily happens in every single route. You know what I mean? Okay. I don't want to go into it too further because I don't want to have to keep chopping parts out. But I can talk about that later. You pretend you are a statue while he types things, then print the typed things, then staples the printed things. His ferret Lucis stares at you with beady interest. You stare back, completely motionless. You wonder how often a Gorgor has friends over. Gorgor. He brings the packet over to you and hands you a pen. Read this. Or don't. Sign it either way. It's a standard legislator agreement, tweaked a bit to accommodate your particular situation. You agree to submit your testimony to be... You agree to submit your testimony to be judged and will accept whatever subjugation you receive. You recognize that any potential winnings are to be remitted to me for processing through a local account before your portion can be dispensed to you. In the event of your culling, I will act as executor of your accounts. Blah blah, same old business. I'm sure it's the same where you're from. There are stars at each place you are to initial. Plus $12.50 for shrunken text expense. That sure was a lot of stuff that you just got told real fast. You were trying to listen, really, but he winked at you early on in his monologue, and it was really distracting because you couldn't stop thinking about if you could incorporate a wink into a secret handshake, maybe. Anyway, regular legal jargon, yeah. Just like all the times you click to say you read the terms and conditions of any old harmless social media app. That stuff never ends up being relevant. And of course, this has come out in the face of the massive controversy with Facebook, among other social media websites now trying to play catch up with updating their fucking terms and conditions because of the new, what is it, it was the European Union who did that new thing, right? Yeah. Anyways. Yeah. Oh, you keep away from spoilers so you can do it with streams. That's a really sweet, Sneak Cat. Makes me very proud that I had to guide you through this wonderful experience for the first time. You show off your exquisitely polished John Hancock as many times as it takes. Excellent, excellent. Everything's in order then. Are you ready to head out? Yeah, just as a side note, there's like a couple, I've found that this route, or Tagora in particular, has quite a few tells, in reference to, that it is definitely American made. Like the reference to Crate and Barrel, for one. I'm pretty sure that is just in the United States. I know it's definitely not in Canada. I don't know if it's anywhere in the UK. But yeah, Crate and Barrel, that's American. And John Hancock, of course. If you were not American, you did not recognize that means signature. I learned that from, I don't know, something else like a really long time ago. But yeah, just a lot. There were a number of little squicks in this that kind of are tip-offs. Oh wait, so Crate and Barrel isn't a US thing? What? Where the fuck is Crate and Barrel from? I'm gonna Google this. Well, apparently they do exist in Canada somewhere, because there is a crateandbarrel.ca. Well, no, it's crateandbarrel.com Canada. Now, if I choose your shipping destination, okay, they've got every fucking country in the world, but that's not. Or, okay, so you can click or ship to USA. So wait a second, where the fuck is Crate and Barrel from? That doesn't tell me where Crate and Barrel is from. Euro Market Designs is a chain of 105 plus retail stores in the US and Canada, based out of Northbrook, Illinois, specializing in housewares, furniture, and home accessories. Corporate name is Euro Market Designs. So it is a place in the United States. It is United States based, but it is apparently also in Canada, and it has nothing to do with the fucking UK. So I guess they're just, it's a name that I've heard before. But there is not one anywhere. Wait a second. I'm looking at the map here. There's, oh my god, there's a Crate and Barrel like a couple of hours away from me. What the fuck? I guess it's just in an area that I've never gone to before. What? Okay, so mystery solved, I guess? Yeah, it's only in the United States and Canada. It's nowhere else in the world. So mystery solved. Crate and Barrel is apparently also in Canada. Well then, I didn't fucking know that. Oh, and sure, fuck it. I'll play that song, Aleph, during break. Okay. Oh, like, now? Now? You're not ready. Do you look roughed up enough? Will your bones need to go through any more ordeals? What's a subject later? Does Tagora... No sleep like this. No sleep like... No sleep... No... I keep going... It's like I keep trying to say like sleep, but it's sweep. Wow, I did not do enough vocal exercises today. No sweep like the one you're fucking in. No sweep like the one you're fucking in, as they say. Pardon the language, it's an idiom. Minus 50 for the swear jar. Fucking bless. I gotta say, I enjoyed Tagora a lot more than I thought I would. I thought that it was just gonna be too obnoxious for me to enjoy at all. But it's actually a pretty fucking great route. It means it's time to fucking go. Negative 50, let's watch the fucking language. You follow him out about as apprehensively as you followed him in. As you retrace the path you took not too long ago, it occurs to you to wonder where this glorious feat of justice is going to take place, and, like, if anyone is going to subpoena the asshole that hit you. Is that even a thing here? You skip up to match Tagora's pace and ask. There's no real need for you to worry about that. It's for me to deal with. I saw the perpetrator, of course. If it seems prudent to pin the crime on them when the time comes, I will have more than enough credible evidence to condemn them. Their blood cast should be sufficient, but if it seems worth it to call in their dented scuttlebuggy, I can certainly do that as well. Plus 150 bonus for potential frame job. Good God. Of course, that's not the only way we can spin this. It may not be necessary to involve them at all. Don't bother worrying about that, either. You definitely still worry about that. But you nod and keep walking like you're not bothered. You want to match his level of easy confidence. It's almost comforting to be around it, now that you've spent some time with him. It's simple. You're still basking in the ease of being told what to do when the whole vibe flips over on its ass so fast you feel like ice. It feels like. You're still basking in the ease of being told what to do when the whole vibe flips over on its ass so fast it feels like ice down your back. You look at Tagora first. He's stopped walking and his posture somehow gets straighter. Even his cute little ponytail thing looks more alert. He's staring at the approach of another troll, a blue guy. You know that means high blood, but not much else about what that entails, aside from what you're picking up from the full hair-on-end cat reaction from old Gorgor next to you. Pleasant evening, sir. His voice somehow gets sweeter and more professional at the same time. You recognize what he's feeling because you felt it in yourself the whole time you've been on this godforsaken planet. A deep, all-consuming thirst for approval. He's gunning hard for business boy friendship. Business boy friendship. I love it. Did the ferret make him have a swear jar? Oh shit, it doesn't really say, but that is a very good theory and highly plausible. Gallic. Oh, you think it's Gallic? Oh, that is definitely possible. Fuck, true. Yeah. Will I say it is a birthday present? Maybe. I know your birthday is coming up really soon, so I'll give that a maybe. Wait, isn't your birthday like... You said it was June 7th, right? Olive? That's like tomorrow, isn't it? Maybe. I'll give it a maybe. Let me give that some thought. The high blood, however, is not. At first you think he might be chill because his smile gets huge. And hell if you don't love getting smiled upon. You start to introduce yourself until Tagora shoots you a "be cool" look. It's then that you learn that this guy's smile is not the nice kind. What's this? He asks. Gorgor picked up a little friend? It's not... We have a working relationship. You try not to let his dismissal of your friendship sting. You're not there yet. It's okay. You want to be helpful, so you put on your best injured face and start hobbling in a circle, twisting your neck at the most grotesque angle you can manage without actually hurting yourself. You groan pitifully about all your bones. Oh, right. Your booming drone pursuing business. This, client you have here looks extra shitty. Good luck getting anything for whatever this mutant is that you scraped up from the gristle grate. If you take a moment to consider the potential... The blue guy rolls his eyes and keeps walking, elbowing his way right between the two of you on his way past, like you're nothing. Tagora freezes. His eyes stay fixed ahead of him, where the blue guy was just standing. It's like he hasn't processed the movement yet. Even though he got knocked back a few steps in his wake. He starts shaking. Yikes. That was, tense. You want to say something reassuring to Tagora, but he has kind of ascended into another plane of existence. Oh, big mood. Maybe a nice reassuring pat on the shoulder will help defuse the mood? You put a ginger hand in the mere vicinity of his body and he whirls to face you, eyes narrowed and breathing heavy. You snatch your hand back fast. Ugh, mistake. Do you have any idea how rare that networking opportunity was? Do you realize what you... plus 5,000 for damages for slide down the antisocial ladder? Start Friday by saying, okay. Okay. We have a deal. I can't shake on it because you live far away from me. But, hello, Ginseng. Welcome. Welcome to the party. And yes, Tagora has major fucking anime face. Actually, that is an interesting comment to make, because come to think of it, the face that he makes, or made just before this, where he's like, you know, leaning forward, like baring his teeth, and he's very frustrated, reminds me of a lot of the faces that Bakugo makes in My Hero Academia, which I've been watching lately. I just started watching that. I'm on episode 24 of season 2, so I'm actually pretty close to completely caught up with it. But yes, anime face, absolutely. That actually does totally remind me of Bakugo, because he's constantly baring his teeth at people. God, that kid has a bad fucking attitude, but that's like a whole other conversation. Okay. No, of course you don't. You don't know anything. This one, that reminds me of Bakugo. Just a little bit. You're just a weird little harmless thing who doesn't even know how to cross the fucking street. Plus 750 return of swear jar. He starts laughing, all high-pitched and weird. Up until now, he seemed so slick, so unflappable. That Gorgor is hard to reconcile with the one... Bleh. That Gorgor is hard to reconcile with the one pacing back and forth, hollering and grabbing at his face. He's pretty goddamn flapped. Oh boy, you really screwed up, huh? Maybe your busted neck routine was not convincing enough? Or too convincing? Either way, you figure now might be the time to bow out before this scene really blows up. You tell him so. Your neck is fine, look! You headbang a bit to prove it. No. A deal's a deal. He breathes in slowly through his nose. Alright, Gorgor, remember your mantra. He closes his eyes. After an awkward minute of watching him whisper something unintelligible to himself, he opens them and immediately starts up that bonkers pace again, so you skedaddle to catch up. He keeps talking, though by now he's just talking to himself, with you as an eavesdropping barnacle with really slow legs. Little manic giggles bubble out in between his sentences. We're headed towards justice, all right. Keep walking, we're seeing this through. I've got a bottom line to uphold. And of course you can see up in the top right corner, the charges have now increased from 10 per speech bubble to like 200 per speech bubble, and they're gonna keep going up. Okay, not bad. Maybe things are still cool between you. Maybe this lawyer-client relationship still has a chance to blossom into something more. You venture a friendly type topic and ask him about his mantra. He stops walking and looks at you like you shat on his Lucis's grave. You don't just ask someone what their mantra is. Plus 2,500 mantra request forfeiture. Maybe not so cool. He shivers, spooked, and turns his stanky stare from you to the path you're on. After a moment, he smooths back all the hairs he shook out of place during his freak-out, pivots, and turns down a side street. Anyways, as I was about to say, there are many ways to fulfill the terms of our contract. I was hoping this would lead to a more stimulating evening. I was prepared to get into it with you. For you. But it has become clear that this partnership is no longer worth the work. Especially now that I have to consider the significant career setback I just experienced at your feckless hand. So instead of wasting any more of my time or yours, let's take a shortcut to the same end result, sparing us both the agony of enduring a long court battle in the proximity of one another. Here's your verdict. You're guilty. Plus 1,500 guilty verdict amendment. Guilty? Wait, wasn't it supposed to be the other guy on trial? Wasn't it supposed to be the other guys on trial? You look around, panic rising in your chest. Oh, don't tell me. You don't know how the legal system works either. Unsurprising and uninteresting. Oh, this is bad. You've been so caught up in watching him talk that you didn't even notice him guiding you straight to the shittier part of town. You know, the part that's all half-demolished hives and creepy noises and drones flying around. Drones like the ones that turn to notice you when Tagora whistles, snaps his fingers, and points right at your head. Hey, big guy. Over here. One extremely malformed and unviable troll. Just the way you like it. You shouldn't feel surprised at this betrayal, maybe, but you do. For a second, anyway. Then you focus on yelling and scanning for possible debris to hide under. Tagora starts backing away as the drone gets closer. There's a sewer the next street over. You probably won't make it. But if you do, check your pocket. Dues specified for bad and 20 plus 25,000. Game over. Wah wah. He's Metaton and Muffet? I mean, okay. Rather than the previous combination of Burger Pants, Metaton, and Flowey. Yeah, I don't know how Burger Pants would fit in there. I guess I can see a little bit of Flowey, but he's not quite that ruthless. But, that makes sense. Yeah. Anyway, that's the bad end. And this was the ending where I was saying, because what Aleph had said before was, even when he's trying to kill you, he keeps bumping up the fees. Which, at that point, you don't know that he's trying, that one of the endings is going to be that he tries to kill you. Because it's frequent, but it does not necessarily happen in every friend sim. They don't all try to kill you. Like Skyla, for example. Skyla doesn't try to kill you. She just sends you packing, right? So yes, that was the aforementioned spoiler. Anyways, let's load. No, I didn't want to load fucking Sarava. The numbers are a little finicky. There we go. There. So, alright, sorry, there's something under my desk that's really bothering me. Okay. Got that taken care of. I mean, I guess Sarava technically kills you, but not on purpose. I don't know. That whole ending, like, I had a whole talk about that after actually getting to it in the stream, but that ending kind of squicks me the wrong way. But yeah, no, I guess, I don't know if that one entirely counts as him having killed you, but, yeah, no. Tagora was just like, here you go, drones. Have a fucking party. Now let's see what this third ending is, where you follow his instructions and take a goddamn bath. You are more than a little concerned about the trap part of the instructions you just received, but hey, at least a trap you know about is better than one you don't. And with everything else you can see so freaky pristine, he has to be hiding some evil somewhere. You wonder if it's a dungeon. A dungeon could be cool. A dungeon like our Datas, because that was a little bit less than cool. Them. Fuck. God. I'm so mad at myself. I keep fucking that up. Yeah. They technically did not kill you, and that ending could have gone far better. And could have been written far better. I don't believe that the reference was justification enough for putting that in there. But that's a conversation for another time, and technically a conversation that's already been had on the previous stream where we actually did Serapis Root. Anyway. Okay. The ferret bounds off its pedestal and jerks its head for you to follow it. You do, because it seems like a regular thing to do, and Tagora is busy on his computer. It leads you to a bathroom, which is just as fancy and clean as everything else you've seen. The Lucis chitters at you for a second, squirms its big noodle body around, and leaves, shutting the door behind it. I love Tagora's Lucis. Fucking bless. You weren't, yeah, I know you were not around for that stream, but it will be going up on YouTube eventually, I swear on my fucking life. Now that it is actually edited, I promise you, I will be getting this up on YouTube soon. Yes. The Lucis chitters at you for a second. Oh yeah, I already read that part. Okay. You wait a second till it's probably gone before you test the handle. It's unlocked. Huh. You wonder what the point, or, motive, might be for leading you into this room until you turn and see yourself in the mirror. That is some haggard-looking stuff right there, so fair. You're flying by the seat of your pants, but if you guess, maybe you're supposed to take a bath? If not, and he gets pissed and unleashes the ferret on you, at least you'll meet your maker nice and clean. You half expect some indiscernible goo or blood or something to come out of the faucet in the weird lumpy tub, but thankfully it's just water. Once you're in, you take a look at the truly inordinate amount of bath products you have at your fingertips. There are 3 shelves of little bottles and soaps and unidentifiable lathersome accessories by the tub alone. There's even more by the mirror. The labels are all gibberish, of course, but you sniff a few until you find something flowery and go to town. You take more time than you should in there, but you haven't experienced a moment of luxurious solitude in a bit. Full-time friendship searching can be difficult work. It's good to recharge. Once you're freshly scrubbed and dried, you slather yourself head to toe with some lotion you find in an iridescent vial. Now, vial, I was picturing like a test tube type thing, but I now realize that I think what is being referred to as a vial is the bottle that, I know you can't see my mouse cursor, but there's a bottle to the right of the mirror on the table, the rainbow bottle. I think that's the one that it's being referred to, is that little squirt bottle there. Oh, drop a YouTube link? It doesn't exist yet. That's really the only thing that's kind of blocking me from, or not blocking me, like stopping me from just tossing this shit up already, is that the channel does not exist yet. I will talk a little bit more about why on the Friday stream. But I have a couple things to sort out before I can even discuss why it's not non-existent. But I promise you it's coming. I'll talk about it a little more on Friday. I just have a couple of things to sort out, and then I'll give you an update then. Yeah, you're buffering. Yeah, the stream health is like kind of bouncy again, but at least it's not completely fucking cutting out. So there's that. Okay. You hope he won't mind you using it. He wants you to be presentable, and this stuff is sparkly. You're starting to feel rejuvenated as hell, ready to knock this friendship stuff right out of the park. You leave your dirty, torn-up old clothes on the floor, wrap yourself in one of the many satin bathrobes folded on the shelf, and head back out to find Tagora. He's standing in his foyer, waiting with the contract he typed up for you. When he sees you, his eyebrow ticks up. I see you went with the Rainbow Drinker Serum, full body application. Bold choice. I mean, it's an incredibly rare and expensive product, and I do expect to be remunerated. Blech. I mean, it's an incredibly rare and expensive product, and I do expect to be remunerated, but I won't lie, it works. Plus 15,000 for Crush Fresh Handmade Troll Cosmetics. Snaps for that. But yes, that is why I highly suspect that the bottle being referred to is the glowing rainbow bottle next to the mirror in the bathroom, because it's the Rainbow Drinker Serum. Yeah, sure, that stuff. You don't want to let on that you don't know what it is, since he seems impressed. Instead, you give his ego a little stroke, and tell him you hadn't seen such a sumptuous array of self-care accoutrements in so long that you couldn't help yourself. Not everyone takes skincare as seriously as they should. I assumed you were taking forever in there because you'd gotten lost or didn't know how to use the ablution trap. I hadn't considered the possibility that you were just doing your regimen. Noted. Negative 500 rebate for impeccable skincare. You hold your arms out to admire the well-hydrated sheen you have going on. This time, you're not really even bullshitting. It just does actually look pretty good. Tagora seems like he's struggling. He keeps opening his mouth to say something, then changing his mind. He's clutching the documents in his hands like a flotation device. He looks down at them, then back at you. I typically only use that particular product to highlight my cheek blades, but there's no real reason you shouldn't apply it more liberally, especially if cost isn't an issue. So, MSPA Reader basically just covered their entire body in liquid highlighter. It's a little drastic for my personal style, but there's a certain unorthodox glamour to it. Oh yeah, proof that MSPA Reader is a lesbian icon. Rainbow Drinker Serum. And Kanaya is a rainbow drinker. I mean, that could definitely be a sign. The next bit looks like it hurts him a bit to get out. Do you... Would you like to step outside to see the full effect? You bet your ass you would. You're curious about what he means by effect, and this seems like more fun than signing stuff. He places the documents down on his desk like they're made of glass, not paper. He looks up at his Lucis, who just sort of tilts its head to the side. You look away and give them privacy to do whatever eyeball communication is going on. After a bit, Tagora clears his throat and heads toward the door. You don't comment on the bluish flush in his cheeks. For all the shift in his demeanor, he still seems like he might kick you out on your ass if you try to get too feelingsy with him. You start glowing as soon as you step back out into his dark front yard. Not in a light bulb kind of way, but a subtle ethereal luminescence. What is this stuff? Now that is a look. I mean, there's still the unfortunate issue of your hornlessness and overall appearance, and the fact that you're still wearing my ablution robe. Plus 150 ablution robe rental fee. But it's cutting edge, I'll give you that. You look almost like a real one. Press F to pay respects to Sneak Cat's Cheez-Its because she's at Cheez-Its. I'll press F for that. Yeah, I mean, it's like magical liquid highlighter because it actually literally glows a little bit on its own, but liquid highlighter nonetheless. Like, imagine coating your entire fucking body in liquid highlighter. Okay, I can picture it now. some fucking day, somebody, somewhere is going to make a viral YouTube video in which they coat their entire body in liquid highlighter. I am predicting it right now. That's gonna be a thing that fucking somebody's gonna do it. I'm not saying that it'll be because of the friend sim. However, I can definitely plausibly see that happening. Tossing it out there. You don't know what that means, but you want to roll around eternally in the praise part. You ask if the look will help your case. Oh, right. Your case, of course. He bites his lip and looks back through the window at the papers sitting on the desk where he left them. You hope he still wants to represent you, or at least that he'd want... You hope he still wants to represent you, or at least that he'd want to hang out even if he wasn't going to. You don't get a chance to prod, though, because right then someone rounds the corner on the sidewalk in front of his hive. Tagora's face immediately shudders into its unusual simpering mask. There's an edge of panic around his eye, though. Huh. Wow, Gorgic, what have we here? It's a blue-themed troll, which, if you remember right, means he's a fancier guy than Tagora. He's grinning like Troll Christmas came early. You can feel Tagora vibrating out of his skin next to you. Who even is this guy? When he gets close enough to get a good look at you, he jumps and screeches, "What the bulge-boiling fuck?" Tagora is frozen, the corner of his mouth pulled back to show his teeth. The new guy is ignoring him in favor of noticing that you're dressed in Tagora's monogrammed leisure wear. If his look of fascinated horror is anything to go by. You don't really know what makes you do it. You should wait for Tagora to get himself together and do the talking, but you're riding the high of him almost seeming like he was enjoying your company. Plus, nothing boosts confidence like looking like a beautiful, spooky angel. So you toss your head, put on your best fancy guy voice, and say, "What, never seen a real one before?" You're placing all your chips on this guy knowing something you don't, but when his eyes get huge and he starts stumbling over himself to back away down the sidewalk, you know it's paid off. Tagora blinks, then jumps right in, picking up directly where you left off. Surely someone as well informed as yourself knows a rainbow drinker when he sees one. The blue guy doesn't respond with anything more coherent than a string of yelps as he hightails it back the way he came. When he's gone, you turn to Tagora and ask him super casually what a rainbow drinker is. He stares at you in stunned silence. Are you telling me you didn't know? You nod. And that you ran with it anyway, exploiting the fear you picked up on to turn the tide of a delicate encounter in your favor? You shrug. You guess so. You tell Tagora you hope his friend wasn't too freaked out. Friend? No, I hate that guy. There are simply times when being liked by your betters is helpful. Though technically, fearing me is just as good. Better, maybe. So, you know. Thank you. Tagora's laugh is soft. It's not a sound you expected to hear. He's happy because of something you did. You can't help it. You start laughing too. That was a bit of a rush, wasn't it? It was almost fun? I certainly didn't see it coming anyway. I underestimated you. He gives you an appraising look, then takes a deep breath. You're so nervous all of a sudden. You feel unbalanced on the precipice of what he might be about to say. From one prevaricator to another, I will let you in on something. I haven't encountered an alien before. Oh, sweet relief. You tell him his act was airtight. And as long as everyone's doing the truth thing, you admit you lied a bit too. You aren't actually rich. Yes, that's clear now. You have the invaluable ability to fake it, though. That's potentially much better. Why don't we put your case on hold for the time being? You wouldn't have enjoyed the outcome of our legal system anyway. Plus 1,500 preemptive interest on held suit. We can find an alternate means of working off your debt. I think we may make a better team than I previously anticipated. With our wits combined, we can tackle bigger and better things than traffic injuries. He flexes his hand at his side, then in one swift, decisive moment, he extends it out to you. On his face is something close to an honest-to-God, real-ass smile. I've never actually formed a legitimate partnership of any sort before, but I believe this is how it's done. What do you say? Negative 5% friendship discount. The glow in your heart shines brighter than any expensive and still kinda mysterious lotion. You take his hand in your firm, no-nonsense grasp of pure, inexorable joy and shake it. Friendship, just sign here. And that is Tagora. You would put it around your eyes, so you would have glowy eyes. True, though, that would look really cool. But, yeah, that's... yeah, the good end for this one is, I think, up there is one of my favorites. I'm this beer reader, it's just like, I don't know what the fuck this is, but it's working. Okay, so turning it down because it is break time. Woo! Okie dokie. 5 minutes up. Thanks for the music recommendation, LF. Let's get into this. Vikare. Vikare Ratite. And here we go. It's probably best for you to stop trying to predict what's going to happen to you at this point. Everything that's happened so far on this planet has been kind of chaotic. In fact, you're ready for something more familiar. You head back to the site of your abandoned spaceship. Sure, it's smashed beyond repair, but it's a little slice of home. Maybe at least 1 or 2 pieces of it are fixable. You march off in what you think is the right direction. But when you get there, you're not alone. A little guy in a hat and big goggles is standing there, gazing at your spaceship. Maybe assessing it? As you watch, he breaks off a couple gears and stuffs them in his pocket. Hey! You clear your throat loudly. Good galloping gravy! Why, I've never seen the likes of you before. What strange wonders the heavens have rained down upon us today. The way that Vikare talks, just like... it's like he took a page out of the Jake English book and, like, ramped it up times 20. You quickly lose any indignation you were building up. He's smiling at you, and his words seem at least somewhat amicable. Maybe you got this all wrong. Maybe this is the next person you're going to get chummy with. You cut right to the chase. No point in beating around the ground leaf covering. That's probably what they call it on this planet. You let the guy know you're the proprietor of the spaceship he's stripping, and you're in mighty need of a new friend. A friend, eh? A bosom companion, a pal about town? I've seen nary a Tom and Dickus or Harry around these parts who might fit the bill. You were kind of trying to imply that this guy could be your friend. Is it too late to say that now? You try to imply it with your eyebrows. As for me, day-to-day matters here on Alternia interest me not. For I care only about hurtling at great speeds through the boundless expanse of the cosmos. That's right, space. It is space flight that consumes my every waking thought and all my ardor. As in accordance with my duty as a future Alternian crusader, of course. No oxygen, no wind, a total vacuum. That is the life for me, all right? Flying in space, above the atmosphere, not within the realm of gravity's purview. Wouldn't have it any other way. Right. You get the feeling you're missing something. This guy seems really defensive about his interest in spaceflight. Like, maybe he's trying to say something totally different? Whatever it is, his internal conflict clearly takes precedence over your issues. He seems like a great candidate for a friend, despite the fact that his voice sounds like it belongs over a newsreel about World War II. I have just one query for you, sport, if I may be so bold. Do you also like spaceflight? Do you yearn to see the moon shining above, the clouds whipping by as you chase and tease the impish western wind? And then also keep going past that up into space? Jake, I didn't know he had a Trollzona. True. Oh my god. Toxic fan and Jake. I mean, yeah, I guess there are some folks who do take Jake this fucking far, and it's a little bit much. Tell him you love spaceflight. Well then, we are in total agreement. Two kindred souls traveling hand in hand in a glorious yet inevitable future of conscripted service in space. Which is, as I've already made clear, a thing I most definitely and absolutely, what the fuck? Which is, as I've already made clear, a thing I definitely and absolutely desire. So it seems we have nothing more to discuss. Toodaloo. Yeah, toodaloo. What? MSBA Raiders is like, what the fuck conversation did I just have? What just happened? Okay. Take two. Take two with Vikare, Retite. Okay. Yeah. It was relatively harmless this time. I know, right? Usually someone or something ends up broken or dying in almost every ending, but that was pretty innocuous. Tell him you're not so sure about spaceflight. His eyes widen. You see them sparkle? Ah, I see. You're an individual with a more sophisticated palate. A real connoisseur of the buoyant arts you are. Someone like you could never be satisfied with the anemic affair of traveling through the inky blackness of the galaxies. I believe a jaunt to my hive is in order. Let's get a wiggle on. There was a lot going on there, but you understood that he wants you to follow him. The friendly guy takes you to a building where all of the rooms seem to be balanced on spindly-looking stilts. The hive soars above you up into the sky. He gestures to a little platform attached to a pulley system, like a rudimentary elevator. It brings you up into a small, dark room. His house is pretty much what you would have guessed. The walls are covered in star maps and pictures of spaceships. You notice that many of them have cheery slogans splashed across them, saying things like, "Explore the galaxies because you're required to fulfill your duty to society," and "Enlist, travel, make friends, don't get cold." His house is a fucking UFO? True. Spoilers. Yeah, I know. Well, but you never kill... Oh, no, wait, you kill Diamond. Never mind. I was gonna say you never kill anyone, but... You kill Diamond. So, that is not past. The friend sim is not above literally killing the main character. Or, no, main character is usually used to refer to MSPA reader. The troll that you're talking to. It's not above killing your new friends. I was about to say that it is, but like... Nope. Now you're thinking about Diamond. I know, that was... Oh my god. That was the first ending that I got ever in the whole of the Hiveswap Friendsim, and I was reeling. Absolutely fucking reeling. Anyway. You notice that many of them have cheery slogans. Oh yeah, I read that already. Your new friend doesn't seem too happy as he looks around the place. Just the hive for a dedicated spacecraft enthusiast, isn't it? You nod. You're not sure what this is leading to, but no one ever went wrong relying on non-specific and plausibly deniable agreement. Who am I fooling? You've rumbled me, potential new chum. What you see before you is a collage of falsehoods. I'm nothing but an avatar of baloney. In truth, the myriad of temptations and desires of space do nothing to tickle my biscuit. The thought of participating in the glorious eternal conquest gives me the screaming memes. My interests lie in something a little lower down. He reaches up and peels back one of the posters. Behind it is another poster, this one showing a view of the clouds in the night sky. Behold my shame! The truth is, I long to toss and turn within the grasp of Mistress Gravity's sweet fingers. To traverse the sky, can such a thing be? Imagine flying within the confines of Alternia's very atmosphere, defying the very conventions of what we all know to be true. Instead of down, up. Instead of falling, soaring. Can you imagine? Can you see it before you? Could you ever dream of the existence of such a flying machine? Yeah, it is weird that they treat his whole thing like it's an actual reveal, but like, yeah, we find out from the troll call. I don't know. I guess for any folks that were not paying attention to the troll call that well, or maybe just forgot, then it would be kind of like a reveal. Okay, so we're gonna go the sarcastic route and tell him airplanes exist. Actually, no, I think I have... Yeah, I have 2 save points from the same fucking place for this one for some reason. So, I'm gonna overwrite that one. So we can come back here. Because Vikare's route, and this hasn't really happened with anyone else in Troll Call so far, Vikare's route has 2 other choices. Which is to say it has 3 in total. Whereas the rest of them only have 2. So past this point, there's actually more branching routes. Yeah, okay. Tell him airplanes exist. I brought you here to show you my truth. And you treat me to mockery. An airplane? A plane that floats on air? Flying machines are serious business. I think you should leave. Game over. And that's that. Okay. So if you just tell them that airplanes fucking exist, he's like, you mock me out of my home. Oh, jeez. So, yeah, that was over quickly. Tell him you've never heard of such a thing. Ah, but the future is ours to build, my strange-hued and unhorned comrade. What do you think? Does it excite you? Do my ideas rattle your buttons? You can't help but notice that he's referred to you as a chum and a comrade, but friend hasn't made an appearance yet. Do synonyms count? Or is this just a tick of his speaking style? You look as earnest as you can and nod vigorously. You are almost positive this is the thing he really wants you to express interest in. Ah, the truth will out. You and I share this furtive passion for the indulgences of the air. A dialogue between a troll, a flying machine, and the stars. But further away from the stars than would be in a spaceship. I cannot stress enough how different of a thing that is. You can't decide between nodding and shaking your head here, so you furrow your brow and do your best to look thoughtful. Like maybe you are contemplating the differences. This fellow's demeanor towards you is definitely shading more to the temperate climate zones. However, certain physical needs are starting to assert themselves. You're still pretty banged up from your previous adventures, but right now the aching of your stomach is screaming for attention. You humbly ask your friend-to-be if there might be any chance of getting a bite to eat. But of course! Why, if I'd known you had a rumbling in the old digestion bladder, I would have shut my yapper toot sweet. Oh god, I know in my heart of hearts. They probably spelled toot sweet like that as like a purposeful reference to something or something like that. But oh my god, that misspelling just fucking kills me. Because that saying is French. And they didn't spell it right, and it bothers me. Anyway. Time for a good old nosh. A yammaroonie. What ho! Now, how should we obtain the victuals? We could venture into the great unknown, which is to say, out of my hive. Or we could stay here, beholden to whatever twists and turns Lady Fate has in store for us in the nutrition block. What say you, new timer? Okay. Stay in the hive. You tell him any food he has in the house will be fine. Surely staying here will get you fed more quickly. No problem at all, my fine and fervent fellow. However, I believe two kindred souls such as ourselves have more ways of communicating than mere words alone. I think I'm grasping the meaning behind your request. The signal from your transmitter is pinging my cranial orb's receiver. I can see what you're truly after is food for the soul. You definitely meant food for the body. You look for an opening where you might gently correct your new buddy, but he seems to be working himself up to say a lot more things. The delectable nutrition of what a troll's truest being craves. The sustenance of thought, of imagination, of desire. That which nourishes the self better than the finest grub noodles. Art! Passion! Science! You must have a hankering to see my flying machine design sketches. Despite your troubles, you can't help but think his enthusiasm is kind of sweet. You nod weakly. You make one last attempt, indicating that food might strengthen you to fully appreciate his work. No need to worry. I am fully confident in your ability to take in my glorious blueprints. You have shown yourself to have quite the sturdy noggin and a discerning ganderbulb. I would welcome your input. Warmth blooms in your stomach. It feels nice to hear him compliment you. You're not sure what you've actually done to earn his praise, but you definitely don't want to ruin this now. Maybe seeing his designs will be fun, even on an empty stomach. Maybe it really will nourish you on a level that will help you forget about the prosaic, earthly nourishment you thought you wanted. You tell him you're in. Not so fast. That which I am planning to reveal to you is what I keep closest to my torso pillar. It's not that I don't trust you, my footloose and horn-free cohort, but I think I would like to trust you a little more before vivisecting myself and displaying my bleeding organs before your penetrating gaze, which is a metaphor for exposing my portfolio. Might I trouble you to participate in a small trust trial? No problem, you tell him. Your bud insists you make yourself comfortable while he gets a few supplies. After a few minutes, he returns with a fistful of fabrics in different colors. Here's what's been bouncing around in the old brain box of mine, buddy-o. I'm going to tie this blindfold around your face. Then I'm going to give you some instructions, and you're going to try to locate the case where I keep my treasured sketches. If you can find it, it means we trust each other deeply. Like two wings working in unison to achieve liftoff. If that's how wings work. I'm still figuring out the principles of the matter. What a romp. Are you up for it? It's too late to turn back now. And really, you don't want to. It's kind of a relief to have him tell you what you can do to earn his friendship in plain terms. Well, as plain as this guy's terms ever get. You give him a thumbs up. Now we're on the trolley. He quickly ties the fabric around your face. The time is upon us. Time for the inaugural flight of our deepening bond. Time to nudge our fledgling companionship out of the nest and see what happens. Your new friend starts to direct you around the room. To the left. No, my left. Sorry, okay, I meant your left. And now onwards to the glorious future that lies before us. You smile weakly, doing your best to follow his instructions. He sounds happy, so you must be getting somewhere. Almost to the doorway? 3 steps forward if you would be so... Wait! Crash. You stagger backwards from the impact. You hear yourself wheeze. The shock has totally knocked your lungs out of commission. Your chest jerks in tiny contractions as you gasp for air. Oh, beans. Ding dang darn it. There's no pain, just an intense pressure focused on the center of your chest, right around where you ran into something face first. You pull out the blindfold and you hear footsteps, which probably means your new friend is rushing over to help. He gets the blindfold untied, and his face swims into your vision. He looks utterly gobsmacked. Why, I'll be a I'll be a horned beast's grub food. Everything copacetic, new pal? You put your hand to your face and touch something wet. Sure enough, when you pull your fingers away, they're covered in blood. Your nose isn't gushing or anything, just sending out a couple rivulets to let you know it's having a bad day. It's not so bad. You tell your acquaintance this, but he doesn't look any less horrified. Shivering stratocumuli! All this time I've been testing you, to see if I could place the tender gift of trust in your declawed little hands, and here you bestowed upon me the greatest trust of all, knowledge of your non-standard hematological attributes. I am truly honored, flabbergasted, absolutely pushed to the brink of rationality by such a display of faith. Never mind the trust trial, you deserve to see my sketches. Just wait here. Be back in 2 shakes of a baby Bobby's hindquarters. Yeah. The only ending you could see was falling down the elevator and dying. I know, right? But, I mean, if you look in the back, technically the door is closed. And I don't think it ever says exactly what you crashed face first into. But that happened. Yeah, I know. Ding dang darn it. It's such a fucking A+ phrase. You sit down on the floor again, wiping the blood off your face. You are not going to question the stroke of luck you've been shown. Why, if you knew bleeding was the key to his affections all along, you could have encouraged some blood from the sites of your multiple injuries. But no matter. You sniff the last of the blood back up into your nostrils, tasting metal at the back of your throat. When your almost friend returns, he drops a big stack of papers onto your lap. You page through the designs. The first few are rudimentary, mostly variations on spaceships with little notes like, how do I make it not reach escape velocity? And less jet fuel? Shapes should be less aerodynamic? But as you keep going, the designs get pretty interesting. One seems to rely on some big rotating sails to achieve lift. Another shows a light frame body attached to 4 jointed wings. You briefly wonder what he planned to make the wings out of before you see a note stating that these are dragon wings. A follow-up scribble states, flapping mechanism? How to soften rigor mortis? But hang on. You take a closer look at the machine's frame. This guy's sketch is pretty detailed. The frame doesn't seem to be made out of wood or aluminum as you'd expected, but smaller individual shapes lashed together with some kind of cord. Maybe it's just a macabre aesthetic, but you think it looks like bones? You look back at the other designs. Now that you look at it, the sails in this one have a texture that might be leather or similar. The sketches themselves are picked out of a variety of colors, not dissimilar from some of the brand new blood colors you've discovered lately. Oh boy. You've been down this creepy alien road before. Using your lightest, most jocular tone, you question the bone shapes. You soften your words with a big, not freaked out smile. What's that? What's that? Well, I'm not a construction professional, you know. Got to make use of what's available. Only called lowbloods and grubs, of course. Not an ounce of insurrectional spirit in this fellow over here. Fear not, unhorned one. These wacky cultural differences. You just misunderstood. You take refuge in your old standby of nodding and smiling. It's none of your business what body parts this fellow uses or doesn't use to make his Wright brothers transformative fan works. Friends aren't for judging people's use of corpses as construction materials anyway. I mean, I feel like that's a debatable phrase. You know, when you crash-landed on my planet, I had no idea what to think. Vikare, old boy, you really shot the balls now. That's what I told myself. Telling an alien about your flying dreams, that's ruffled the kitty and no doubt about it. But now that we're here and you're having a looky-loo at my sketches, I think it might have been right for us to meet all along. Perhaps the work of the capricious Madame Destiny? Surely he's about to say that you are friends. You can almost taste those sweet, friendship-affirming syllables coming from his mouth. You are just seconds away from that coveted F-word. Or are you? Maybe you've misconstrued everything. You look back down at the sketches. Bones in this one, bones in that one. He says these plans call for the bones of aliens like him, at least if you understood him correctly. But they don't really look all that different from, well, the bones you're more familiar with. Your own bones. Your bones, which have already gone through a lot today, and maybe seem to be in a kind of harvestable condition, if one was so inclined. You clear your throat. Haha, you say. He's not in the market for these materials right now, is he? Like, right now? The friendly guy doesn't understand your question. You're not going to push it. But you do risk a quick glance at yourself, then back at him, then back at yourself. Just to see if he's checking out the stuff, so to speak. When you look back at him, he looks aghast. Oops. Heavens to biscuits. Is that what you think of me? You think I'm the type to start taking people's body parts all higgledy-piggledy? As if there aren't plenty of thoughtlessly discarded rib cages to work with. If that's the type of gent you're looking for in these parts, I'm afraid I'm not the type of aggressive heartthrob you're after. We can't all be the macho, bloodthirsty, romantic hero type, ready to whip out our organ-harvesting tools at a moment's notice. I thought we could be friends, but now I see you're looking for something different. My apologies. I think it's best if you go elsewhere. You want to correct the misunderstanding, but you're not fully sure what the misunderstanding is. The guy doesn't seem to be in any mood for friendship right now. You hang your head. Looks like this was all just a big waste of time. Misunderstood. Wah wah. Yes, Aleph. Vikare is a good boy. He's probably one of the more innocent characters we've met so far. He doesn't actually want to kill anyone. He just wants to use available resources, which of course on Alternia is, you know, pretty easy to find dead bodies. Ha 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 ha. Okay. Hey, wait a second. I think I just discovered something by accident. If you hit escape, it opens up the save menu. Because I hit escape thinking it would just take me back to the home screen. But nope, it took us here. So if I close this, then yeah, okay, so we're still here. I'll just close out of that first, and that will load up from our last save point. So that is bad ending number 3 for this route. Yes. Yes, yes. Okay. Last one, folks. Go out and look for food. Oh yeah, that is where this all started. I honestly forgot that's where all that bullshit started off from. Okay. From your budding chum's words, it sounds like he himself isn't sure if there's any food in the house. Best to risk it and go outside. You tell him your decision. Top choice, buckaroo. Foraging is how I while away most of my time, after all. There's just one small matter to trouble the old brain power. If we're venturing out into the unknown yonder, we should obtain some chow for my Lucis as well. He'll be a real grumpy Gustav if he goes too long without his nosh. You draw yourself up proudly. It's taken a lot of bizarre run-ins and harrowing close shaves, but you know all about Lucises. You inquire about Gustav, was it? Ho ho! What a card you are! No, my Lucis. I call him the Canary. He whips out a photo. It shows a smaller version of himself, his horns nothing but stubs, a far too big pair of aviator goggles slipping off his nose. Standing behind him is a large white fowl, big scraggly wings folded back against his body. You want to say an emu? Whatever it is, it's definitely not a canary. Its beak touched the top of your pal's head with something that might count as affection. So that's an interesting portion to read, because it also kind of reveals that when trolls are very, very young, their horns are not only proportionately smaller to their head, but they may not even have the same shape that they would while they're older. I mean, that's kind of what I grabbed for that as, like, what I gathered from that, I mean, as, like, horns barely nubs, because we can see that Vikare's horns right now are pretty decent size, and they have that hook at the top. Although I guess it did not specifically mention whether or anything about the shape in that way, but I take nubs to mean they looked like something a little closer to what Karkat ended up just having for the rest of his life. So, I don't know, that's what I gathered from that, and I found that interesting. But I guess it's worded in enough of an ambiguous way that could be a debatable interpretation. I do find it interesting, though. Okay. He's not a persnickety sort. All kinds of bugs and leaves will tickle his... Words, oh my goodness. All kinds of bugs and leaves will tickle his fancy. Shall we away? Shall we greet the horizon that rushes forward to meet us with astounding grace? Shall we give ourselves over to the current of time's great river? Sure, you tell him. You can leave the house. It's getting a lot easier to pay attention to only the words this guy says that actually make sense. You kind of enjoy his way of speaking, though. If nothing else, it gives you the feeling that he's really excited about this food quest you're going on together. Your alien pal leads you back down through the pulley system and outside again. The trip is not so easy on your bruised ribs. The thing about walking is, when you walk, your body moves. You've had better times, is all you're saying. You indicate as much to your companion. Oh boy, I hear ya. Moving while attached to Alternia's surface is the worst kind of hooey. The moment when autonomous flight is invented trembles even ever closer to the present. Can you hear it approach? The wail of the distant klaxon, the call to adventure. It beckons us forward through the years, a golden thread stretching ever onward to that glorious inevitability. That's not what you meant, but his excitement cheers you up a little. Maybe you will feel better in the future when someone invents flight on this planet. Certainly by that time, you'll either be further along in your healing or dead. Either way, thinking about that future brings a little rosy glow to your heart. I mean, a lot of this past things have indicated that MSP reader is like low-key suicidal, but this just like, whew, oh my. You ask your buddy where you're going next. The world is our bivalvular sea critter. We'll go wherever the winds call our names. Great. But if it's a short-term answer you're inquiring after, there's a specific plant the canary likes to eat. It's got white petals and leaves as red as a troll's most lurid desires. Could you give a holler if your bulbs fall on something of that persuasion? You agree to keep an eye out. You continue trudging along beside him, wincing whenever your steps jolt your injuries. Maybe a little conversation will help distract you. You ask your new friend what got him so interested in flying in the first place. What could be better? Up there, free of worldly concerns, the wind in your face and the horizon at your back, seeing the continents spread out below you. Finally feeling that your personal aesthetic is appropriate for the given circumstances. Snaps for that one. I'll have to go back and look at the credits with y'all before we stop streaming today. You chew over this for a minute or two. It seems like what really makes this guy tick is the travel and adventure thing. Or maybe that's just what you're getting from his general demeanor and pretty much everything he's said up until now. You're nervous to bring up anything that might make him dislike you, but in the interest of bonding, you forge ahead. Aren't there, you say with apprehension, maybe some similarities between flying and space travel? Like maybe being in a spaceship could satisfy some of those urges? What? There may be some superficial similarities to trick the common troll, but in essence, the blood pusher and soul of each, as different as night and day, as a mountain and a ditch, as a star and a mud puddle. Don't get a fellow wrong, space travel is fine. Well, it's the only way to satisfy our bloodthirsty and nearly immortal overlords, and I look forward to such a time when I can be of service, in the eternal millstone grind of intergalactic conquest. But it's missing the punch, the pizzazz, the kaboom, the trunk beast honk of it all. Just as you feared, you stepped in it now. You're struggling for a response when out of the corner of your eye you spot a cluster of white flowers. Relieved, you point them out to your companion, who races over to gather them. But when he holds one up, you see it has blue leaves, not red. Your shoulders droop. Seems like all you're doing is disappointing your buddy, who has been so nice to you, or at least that's what you think you've read between the lines of his confusing speaking style. Fear not, my smooth-headed compatriot. These are not the loosest rations we sought, but this plant is people chow. What I mean to say is, we can eat it. Since we are people, it's food for people, not made of people. Helpful distinction on Alternia, yup. To be clear. He comes back with a fistful of flowers and hands you one. He comes back with a fistful of flowers and hands you one of the blue leaves. You're not at all sure that food that's safe for your buddy will be safe for you as well, but at this point you don't have much to lose. Besides, with the way your stomach is groaning, it might as well be a perfectly seared steak. You put it in your mouth. Chewing on the leaf, you feel even more affectionate towards this guy than before. You were worried this trip was turning into an excuse for him to run some kind of household errand, but he really did find you something to eat. You are desperate to find some way to show him that you understand his interests. You want to connect with him on a deep soul level. anything to get him to look at you with that treasured glow of friendship in his eyes. Sorry, I just realized that I haven't looked at chat in like at least 5 minutes, probably closer to 10. So I'm looking at that right now. Sorry, Al, if you gave an idea and I did not see it until right now. Deforming their horns during childhood to make them grow a specific way. Ooh. Yeah, no, that works. That definitely sounds very fucking plausible. Kind of like, oh no. I can't remember what country this is from. But there is a country where in certain cultures it was once common to extend the neck with rings. To like stretch the neck up. You know, just constantly adding very slowly bracket after bracket. That's the first thing that comes to mind when you talk about wrapping things a certain way to make them grow in a particular manner. Yeah, but that's definitely, yeah, for sure. That's definitely a plausible idea. I like that. Yeah, MSPA reader's gonna have, like, an angry mob of friends to protect them by the end of this. True, Sneak Cat, true. Whenever he mentions space travel, he talks about how it's something that he has to do. Some kind of necessary obligation. So maybe there's a reason he's fixated on an activity that's kind of similar, but just a little different. Maybe he doesn't want to do the required thing, the space conquests, but doesn't have it in him to rebel entirely all the way. Maybe airplane flight, or whatever similar thing he is envisioning, is a compromise between what he has to do and wants to do and... No, it is that way around. Maybe airplane flight, or whatever similar thing he is envisioning, is a compromise between what he has to do and what he wants to do. A balance, like all must find, in order to live as an individual in a society that shapes one's desires from birth. You cautiously open your mouth. Heart pounding, you venture to ask your pal if he maybe would rather not satisfy the demands of the bloodthirsty overlords. If maybe a part of him wants to get into his flying machine and, well, leave? For real? So, MSPA readers just kind of casually like, hey, you want to commit treason? Treason that will probably get you immediately killed if you're found out. That's... He seems taken aback. Maybe you should never have said it. What a huge mistake. You've probably pushed his friendship out of your reach for good now. Panicking, you point to the side, yelling that you see a big field of white flowers in that direction. Panicking, you point to the side, yelling that you see a big field of white flowers in that direction. Your potential friend leaps to action, seemingly also glad to be given a reason not to answer this question. He races forward in the direction you indicated. God, I love that fucking animation. In a matter of seconds, there's a yelp and your new acquaintance vanishes. Instantly, you realize your error. You didn't look where you were pointing. While walking, you unwittingly came close to the edge of a large cliff, which your companion has now disappeared over. You race to the side, your stomach flitting with fear. This is absolutely the opposite of what you wanted. You look down in horror. Your friend now looks approximately how you felt when you first crash-landed on this dark planet. He's conscious, his face frozen in shock, but one leg is twisted underneath him in a nasty way. You may not be familiar with his alien anatomy, but you're almost positive that it shouldn't look like that. You call out to him in distress, sure he's going to castigate you for your mistake. The strangeness of his language won't make it hurt any less to lose this guy's trust forever. What ho? Kalu! Kalay! His voice floats up from the ground below, weak but somewhat jovial? Is it possible he's not angry?
Oh, joyous happening! Oh, delight for this body and spirit! Did you see? Did your being absorb what occurred before your very visage? I flew! Soared through the air! Just for a moment, but it happened! An ecstasy like none I've ever known!
You hesitate. Is it really possible that he could be taking this so well? That maybe your big fuck-up was a step in the right direction after all? It's definitely a little worrying to hear him celebrate a dangerous fall, but none of that matters if you can secure his friendship at last.
My strange associate! Come on down here. We will celebrate in grand fashion this eve. How did you know that a brief sojourn through unfettered air would bring me such joy? You're a fine fellow, and a truly superb friend.
Your heart lifts with joy. He said it. Of course, you now have to find some way to climb down a cliff with your messed up ribs, not to mention figuring out how to transport someone with a broken leg back to the house. You're not really sure if that's possible, or when the adrenaline that's got you this far will give out and force you to succumb to your own pain. But with a night full of difficulties ahead of you, you couldn't ask for a better bomb than knowing you'll face them hand in hand with your friend. Assuming he didn't hurt his hands as well. No matter, you did it! Victory! Ta-da! Yeah, these friend sims really do. Like, they hit certain points and they just get fucking real and in your goddamn face about some shit. But, like, yeah, like, this seems like, it's like, oh, fuck. Oh, fuck, did we just kill another one? Nope. He's alive. Surprise. And he's so glad that you gave him the opportunity to risk his life for a few seconds of quote-unquote flight, aka flying through the air to his possibly imminent death. Okay, that's all for this installment. I just wanted to see, though, check the credits for writing and music and art. So yeah, these director Andrew Hussey for all volumes, of course. Now the producers, I don't recognize any of these names except Cohen Edenfield, who only did volume 1. Cindy Dominguez and Julian Dominguez may or may not be related. Sometimes people just have the same last name. And Ash Paulson. Those three names I do not recognize. And I also don't recognize any of the other writer names. Which I feel like I should, but I do not. So Vikare was Magdalena Clark, and Tagora was Lalo Hunt. For the writing. And character art, Volume 4 was Gina Chacon. I don't know what that little accent above the O means. And they did the color for their art as well. UI design, David Turnbull is, of course, Trace Excalibur on Tumblr. Great dude. Music. Okay, this is the good shit. Tagora's theme, Call Me Gorgor, is an original by James Roach. And Vikare's theme, Thip of the Tongue, is also from Genesis Frog, the album Genesis Frog. Yeah, and Sarava was anonymous. That's right, Aleph. We don't know who the fuck wrote Sarava's. But, yeah, and this is interesting. This was there for Volume 3 as well. But Quality Assurance. Sandra Crawford, Volumes 3 and 4. So, I'm not sure exactly what that would mean. Like, whether or not that's, like, playtesting or what. I still noticed a typo. I didn't point it out when we were playing it. But I did notice that there was one one particular part in Tagora's route where they forgot to put the dash between the nickname when they said Gorgor, where there is a dash in every other spot. Yeah, oh, this, I fucking love this. They have to, the bison photograph, they're crediting all of the loosest pictures that they used. Anyway, yeah, that's licensing stuff. But anyway, that's the credits for Volume 4, which is interesting. Oh my god, or should I say gourd? Yeah, I know. Tagora is a fucking trip. Anyway, it is actually 1:17. We actually managed to run over today, but I feel like that's probably because I had to take a few minutes to fix my fucking internet at the beginning of this. Which, again, sorry about that. This connection seems to be working a lot better, so I will definitely use it for future streams. All future streams. Yeah, I will address the YouTube situation a little bit more on Friday. And yeah. Yes, and I will start off the stream as requested, Aleph, for your birthday, and only because it's your birthday. Okay? Only because it's your fucking birthday. And Friday also, I may either be breathing a sigh of relief or have one big fucking angry rant for you all, because tomorrow, June 7th, is the day of Ontario's provincial election. And the options are basically, here are the two most likely outcomes of this, okay? We're either going to end up with NDP being elected, that is the New Democratic Party. They are, see, because our system in Canada, most folks don't know how the fuck Canadian government works. I wonder if that's because the United States controls so much of the fucking media. Anyway, I'm just a little bit bitter about the fact that even in the United States, they have no idea what the fuck happens in Canada. Especially politically. Even though our political decisions could have strong influence over the United States as well. Anyway. We don't run on a two-party system because a two-party system is fucking stupid. Because you can't split people into binaries in any sense. There's always more than two. Anyway. That's a whole other rant about how fucking stupid a two-party system is. So we have the Conservative Party, which is generally akin to the Republicans. There's the Liberal Party, which is generally akin to the Democrats. There's the NDP, the New Democratic Party, which is essentially Liberals are they're left-leaning, but they're generally pretty centrist. NDP is much further left-leaning. They're kind of like the socialist party. And then there's the Green Party, which I don't know exactly where they align. They started off as just a single-issue party. I mean, they're the Green Party because of environmental issues. But I think that generally speaking, they're pretty centrist, and their economic policies are a little bit more right-leaning. So here are the two things that could happen tomorrow, okay? Because we currently have a Liberal government, but they have pissed everyone off with a bunch of okay. I think they did okay. However, they made a few mistakes that were very big. The primary one that's been a big sticking issue is they sold our hydro companies, which is the electricity. It's apparently, it's not, I know it's not called hydro everywhere, but that's how we refer to the electricity in at least Southern Ontario. I think they even call it something different in Northern Ontario. But they sold the hydro companies. Okay, so they privatized our hydro, and everyone's hydro bills went through the fucking roof. So there were a lot of people really angry about that. So they have not a chance. They kind of don't have a chance in hell of getting back in. So either we're gonna have an NDP government, which would be a fucking dream. They have a fantastic platform. Or we are going to have a conservative government, which means that the Premier of Ontario is going to be basically a little Donald Trump mentee, because he's a Trump supporter. His policies include such things as halting and reversing measures that the Liberals put in to raise the minimum wage in Ontario. Fuck, why can't I remember anything now? And he's also running on that whole, I know what it's like for the the middle class. I support the middle class. I'm a businessman. I know how business works. But he managed his own business fucking horribly. He's just a nasty jackass of a person. And literally, like, was it 1 day ago or 2 days ago? Because if any of y'all remember the international sensation that was Toronto Mayor Rob Ford. Doug Ford is his brother. And now Rob Ford unfortunately died of stomach cancer, which, that sucks that he died that way. And he had a wife, he had 2 kids. 2 kids? He had kids, I don't remember how many. But basically, Rob Ford was in charge of the estate, and he never took care of it. He never closed it off. There's a whole bunch of money that he's been funneling from his own company and from the estate that was supposed to go to Rob Ford's wife that she just never fucking got. So a few days ago, all of this came out because she's fucking suing him. I'm pretty sure that's right. She's either suing him or there's a lawsuit happening, okay? This guy is a horrible fucking person. He doesn't know how to manage anything. He is an enthusiastic Trump supporter. He's ableist. He's homophobic. He's a misogynist. And it looks like, in my riding, at the least, that's the party that's most likely to win, so I'm surrounded by fucking idiots. Anyway. Just so you are all well prepared, on Friday evening, I will be either popping champagne bottles or very fucking angry. And also a little scared. Oh, jeez. Yeah. Well. Anyway. Now that that's out of the way and you all know what might be coming your way on Friday, I wish I ended this on a lighter note. Yeah. Hey, we do have a stream on Friday. That's a light note. I will hopefully be seeing you all on Friday for Resuming Homestuck. Where the fuck did we even end off last time? Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Ugh. Okay, so it looks like I might not be ending this off on a lighter note, because when we resume Homestuck on Friday, it's going to be with Caliborn and Hussey. Woo! Yeah. Thank you for the well wishes, Sneak Cat. Yeah, I mean, champagne bottles, and, it'd probably be more like sparkling juice, because I don't drink. But, something says a celebratory drink of sorts. Hopefully. Please, for the love of fuck, let the NDP pull through. Because basically, on a federal level and a provincial level, across the board, like with all provinces as well, it's basically just traditionally gone back and forth between liberal and conservative governments, with the NDP occasionally coming to the forefront and being able to grab the majority vote. Wow, my phone is exploding. Stop doing that. Thank you. I don't know if y'all even heard that, but it just started vibrating like wildly all of a sudden. Yeah, so I don't know. Cause like, am I still talking about politics? Yes, I'm still fucking angry about politics, and y'all are gonna hear all about it even more on Friday. Okay, you haven't watched the second one yet? Green Gremlin already? Oh yes. Oh yes, we are at that part of the comic. Is God texting me to go to sleep? Oh god, I mean like, yeah, I should probably be going the fuck to sleep. Oh fuck, it's like 1:30. Wow, I really ran this thing over time. Anyway, before I go to sleep, I'm probably going to watch another episode or two of My Hero Academia, because I am almost done the second season. But anyways, enough of my babbling about that. I'm sure y'all will hear all the fuck about it on Friday when the results are in. Oh, good God. Please send your good vibes. Okay. Exiting the game because it is the end of the evening. Oh my god. I don't know why it does this sometimes. I'll get a pop-up that says like, hsfriendsim.exe has stopped working after I hit the quit button. Like, yes, it stopped working. I just hit the fucking exit button. Jeez. Close program. Alright. We're done. I'm out of here. Have a good evening. Whatever you may be getting up to, have a good sleep. Have a good rest of your evening. All that jazz. And hopefully I'll be seeing y'all on Friday for Homestuck with I'll see you in Caliborn. Yikes. Okay. And, yeah, that's all. Good night.